This is Tom Bernacki, and I'm going to show you the top 20 ways to stop your yellow, ugly toenails from growing back. Most of these can be done without seeing a doctor, although always see a doctor, because we are fun guys. So how did you get your yellow fungal toenail? Did you jam it? Did you break it off? Is it on all your toenails? Is it just on your big toenails? We usually see people get it on their big toenails and their fifth toenails. This is usually because the shoes are squeezing it and it's breaking the nail off, but a lot of people get it on all the toenails. So let us know, we're interested to hear. Fungal toenails can be brown. They can be green, they can be yellow. There's some different causes, but realistically, there's bacteria and fungus everywhere. When your nail comes loose and starts getting detached and there's thick callus under the nail, you then start getting fungus and bacteria under the nail. It starts getting worse. This can become yellow, crumbling, ragged, coming off your toenail. It can cause pain. If it's black underneath the nail, that's dry blood from your nail ripping off even further. Diabetic patients, patients with health conditions, this can lead to toe infections, hospitalizations. That doesn't happen to most people, but if you have smoking, blood flow problems, diabetes, we see this 10 times a week minimum in our clinic. You know, it's a very dangerous thing. So not only is this cosmetic, but if you're older and more susceptible, definitely make sure you take care of your fungal toenails. They're not just a cosmetic problem. This can cause your toenail to be permanently ugly, lower self-esteem. People are afraid to wear sandals. Like in clinic, people come in ashamed, even when they're not that bad. It really hurts your self-esteem. So that's why these top 20 tips and tricks are the important things that you should be doing. So first thing is fix your risk factors. If you're a smoker, if you're an uncontrolled diabetic, if you have health issues, make sure you see your doctor and take care of that. Even the disclaimer should be everything you do here, check with your doctor, because you want to be safe. You don't want to just trust the video, but you want to check out Athlete's Foot. If you have Athlete's Foot, check these links to our Athlete's Foot videos, because Athlete's Foot can infect your nails. So make sure to get rid of that first. Risk factors are previous nail injuries, having diabetes, having smoked in the past, bad shoes, older, poor health. Little kids generally don't get fungal toenails because they're really healthy unless they're jamming and breaking their toenail. So starting with tip number one. Tip number one is you can see a podiatrist and you can get nail surgery. So there's videos all over the place. We even have our own videos, but you want to start with something safer first before removing your complete toenail. You want to try some easier stuff. So number two is medications. There's things like itraconazole, Lamisil, but these can be harmful medications that you have to take for a very long time. We'd prefer you to start with something safer. Even safer than oral antifungals are topical antifungals. So your podiatrist can prescribe a lot of great things. So there's cyclopirox, there's other Lamisil versions, there's stuff you can paint on your nails. These are great prescription creams, but do you even really need to start with that? That probably shouldn't even be your first line of targeting. Here's the top 20 practical tips and tricks. Number one, wash your hands, wash your feet, get rid of the debris, get rid of the toenail fungus. If you're dirty, if you have long toenails, you've got to clean that up. The more bad sweat, fungus, and debris gets under there daily, the more bad stuff you're bringing under there. So that's number one. Number two is take a nail clipper and go straight across. So don't get down into the edges and the corners. You're gonna cut yourself, you're gonna break off your nail corner. As a podiatrist, I get to cheat and I get to break the rule and do it because people are always like, hey, you told me to cut straight across. Hey, we have the luxury of doing this 1,000 times, but people usually damage and cut too far into the corner, and this creates a place for the fungus to get in, and this is where the bacteria get in. So cut straight across, that's the rule. Number three, file the toenails. So a simple nail file. Get over there and file down the toenails, both in height of the toenail and in length of the toenail. That can be very beneficial. Number 4, disinfect your nail files and your clipper. Make sure they're not just sitting there. People always kind of tell horror stories of nail salons that do this. They're generally pretty good, but you want to disinfect these things. You want to clean them after using it. Because if you clip a dirty toenail, then your brother or sister or your mom or dad comes in and uses it, they're going to get fungus. 5, I already kind of mentioned, but don't share them. So not only do you want to disinfect them, but you don't want to share them. So here's an old shoe. This is number 6. You want to get some Lysol or antifungal spray. You don't want old shoes that are like 3 years old, covered in sweat. If you're suffering from fungus, realistically, get a new shoe or spray it down or wash it. You know, there's plenty of disinfectants. You don't need anything crazy, but spray down the shoe, spray down your socks. Make sure you're washing your socks every single day. Make sure you're switching them. Hey, would you go to a date for the first time wearing an old gym sock that you just wore from a basketball game? You wouldn't, because it smells, because it has fungus and bacteria on it. The more you wear that on your foot, the more you're gonna get athlete's foot, the more you're gonna get nail problems. That's a huge pitfall for people. Number 8, look at all the mesh here. You wanna get breathable shoes. So people are less likely to get toenail fungus and nail problems in the summer necessarily because it's more flip-flops, less socks. You know, people are in pools with chlorine, their feet are getting cleaned. So I see that a lot less likely, unless you catch it from a pool, that's a different story. You know, but if you're constantly sweating, if you're wearing work shoes, if you're not getting a chance to change your socks, and your shoes aren't breathing, you're building up sweat, you're getting not only toenail fungus, but athlete's foot, because the fungus can live on the sweat, the dry skin. You know, you want to change your socks, you want to change your shoes regularly, and you want to keep them clean. And you want to make sure they're breathable. Breathable socks. So look at, I'm wearing this one right now, so you can see it's been worn all day. It's been a long work day, but get some socks that breathe. You want to get that sweat out of there. And socks are dirt cheap now. You know, I'm watching a movie on Netflix where a guy time traveled from the past and he was shocked that people had 30 socks in their cupboard. They're dirt cheap. Buy more socks. Use a new pair every day and then keep them washed. Don't re-wear socks if you have toenail fungus. On to number 10. Go to a good nail salon. Most nail salons are good now. They do a great job, but make sure they're sterilizing their equipment. Make sure everything's clean. You know, it's either peel packs or they come out of antiseptic solution. Both are pretty good. Studies show they're pretty good. You know, so either it's in the solution or a fresh pack, a peel pack every time. You know, make sure, you know, nobody really gets away doing the shady stuff anymore with reviews and online stuff now, but just make sure that's happening. And here's the big one. Don't go to a nail salon if you have diabetes, if you're an older person, if you have health conditions. And nail salons are really good about this. Is if you have fungus, if you have health issues, you know, it's not a cosmetic problem. You probably should see a podiatrist at that point, because this is where a nail salon and a podiatrist differs. Are if you have health conditions, blood flow problems, diabetes, anything along those lines, you can't reach your toes. This is a medical condition. Most insurances cover this stuff, you know? That's the difference. It's a medical problem at a certain point. It's not just a cosmetic problem. Because like I mentioned, 10 patients a week I see in the hospital with toenail infections, cellulitis, serious issues. If you go swimming at a pool, get yourself a sandal. So this is a pair of Birkenstocks. Just get something like that. I have some great guides on my favorite sandals and slippers down in our recommended shoe guides down in the links. But get yourself a good pair of sandals and slippers in community showers, baths, community pools, especially now that the summer's coming to an end. These are things you want to start wearing. Nail polish. So nail polish, here's what usually happens. If you put on nail polish, it's usually not bad by itself, but the nail polish remover, what it does, especially acetone-based nail polish removers, what happens with these is they really dehydrate the surface of your toenail. So stop that dehydration. What will happen with that is it will cause cracks in your toenail to turn flaky and white. Fungus and bacteria love that because that's no longer getting blood flow. So down in our show notes, we have safe polish removers that work really well, non-acetone based. They won't dehydrate your toenail. So if you're using nail polish, it's not the worst thing in the world, but make sure you're hydrating and moisturizing your toenail. This brings us to the next point is keep your nails moisturized. Things like Burt's Beeswax, different wax, even when you go to bed at night, using some Vaseline to keep your nails moisturized, get that moisture going. That really works well against dry toenails, dry loose toenails, dry skin around your toenails. Between clipping and filing and moisturizing, there's not much room for the fungus to live. This is a big one, shoes and orthotics. So what happens is most patients that I see, especially older patients, they wear tight shoes. Look at the fronts of these shoes right here. One is more narrow in the front and one is more wide. Not only that, but look at, this is mesh in the front. As I'm pushing right there, the mesh isn't pushing on the toenails. For most people, if you're getting in your big toe and your fifth toe, that means your shoe is squishing your toenails. So if it's only on your big toe or your fifth toe, it's your shoe that's probably causing it. It's causing your toenail to lift. So not only is this a breathable shoe with a breathable sock, but it's not pushing against your toenail and it's not loosening your nail. If the nail's not loosened, then you can't really get fungus because your blood's flowing and it's killing any bacteria or fungus. But if the nail's loose, if you have dry skin, if you have callus, that's where the fungus loves to live and attack your skin. And not only that, but with a good orthotic, so a good orthotic, watch this right here. When I put my bone model on the orthotic, it's pretty stable. See how the toes aren't moving? But if I'm walking barefoot with an unsupported shoes, look at how much the toes move every time I land. See that? The toes rub against the front of the shoe and the nails come loose. So that's kind of the benefit of the orthotic. Home remedies. I actually love the home remedies. They work well because if you follow the first like 15 or so principles we just showed, if you keep your nails groomed, good hygiene, good socks, good shoes, limit your sweat, limit all that kind of stuff, get in as good a shape as possible, then all you need to do is, the only things you really need to do is get something like Vicks Vapor Rub, get something like tea tree oil droplets, get any of the stuff that's kind of sold on Amazon for a couple bucks or down in our show notes. You know, always check with your doctor first, that's a disclaimer. All this stuff works really well if it's well groomed and you're applying it. So generally just putting a little bit on your toenails every night when you go to bed at night, you're gonna gradually start to see a lot of softening and improvement. And as that loose skin and nail comes off, just clip it and groom it gently or work with your podiatrist to get rid of it. And that's really all you need. So Vicks Vapor Rub, tea tree oil works really good. Even Listerine soaks work really good. So what happens is, you can even do this in the form of a foot soak, or you can put a little bit of the Vicks Vapor Rub on your toenail, or you could do it all together. So putting some Listerine in a small little bowl with your toenails and diluting it with water and just soaking it for 10 minutes. Some people do that. Some people do bleach, although be careful with stuff like bleach. You don't want to burn and damage your skin. Some people rave about it, but I think it's dangerous. You know, if you're gonna soak, I'm a big fan of Epsom salt soaks. Epsom salts soften your nails, they make them easier to clip and groom, and they kind of soak up into your callus and make that callus kind of get softer so you could kind of file that callus down. So home remedies can be soaks or they could be easy stuff to put on because things like Vicks Vapor Rub are toxic to fungus because they have menthol in it. Menthol is toxic in higher quantities to fungus and bacteria. So is tea tree oil, so is Listerine. You know, those commercials are onto something where you're flushing your mouth and the Listerine's killing it. This stuff, there's a lot of studies, I'm not gonna get into them here, but it does show effectiveness. Get as healthy as possible. Get vitamin D, get sunlight, eat your daily multivitamin, biotin. There's all these studies, they're not concrete studies, but these things can all help. Being as healthy as possible, eating your vegetables, taking your supplements, they always help. Do that stuff. Number 17, medicated nail polishes. When you go see your podiatrist, we can write stuff like Penlac or Cyclopirox. These are like nail polishes with antifungal stuff in there. These are covered by prescription. Some of these things are a little bit outrageously priced. That's why you might not want to go to them first line, but I love the topical solutions. They're safe, they get right into the fungus, but you have to see your podiatrist and you have to usually have insurance to have them covered. Cash pay, they're not too expensive, but it's not meant to be a cash product. Then there's pills. For people who do have genetic disorders, who have severe fungus attacks on their skin, sometimes things like itraconazole, Lamisil pills are needed, but check with your doctor because you might need liver studies, you might need blood work to make sure it's working. Make sure you see your podiatrist. There's nail surgeries to remove the corner of the nail. There's ways to just get rid of the nail if it's ugly, if it's too big, if you have severe genetic problems. These things can really work. So tell us which one works best for you. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your opinion. Let us know which of the tips and tricks works best. And if we missed anything, tell us what worked great for you. We want to hear from you, and thanks for watching.